You sold your first options contract. Now what? Here's the solid exit strategies that I use for every situation when selling options. Yo, what is going on, Premium Chasers? I hope you are having a God blessed day today. Every single person that comments down below is going to get this full ebook that I've put together for this video. You'll be able to make a copy of it, download it, and do whatever it is that you want to do with it. Just drop a comment down below. And while you're down there, do me a big favor. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Today, we're talking about management and exiting wheel strategy positions, including cash secured puts and covered calls. Okay. Let me go on my little high horse here right now real quick. All right, guys, because listen to me. Listen to me. I see this all the time. I talk to a lot of you guys. You think you know everything, and trust me, when you think you know everything, you know nothing. For me, I still continuously learn. You guys already know I'm a huge book nerd. You guys are always suggesting books. I mean, I'm picking everything up. I have probably over 500 books in my collection. You have to understand when you are selling options on the high level, it's easy, right? We're buying stocks potentially at prices we choose, collecting premiums. We're selling those stocks at higher prices than we got assigned for, collecting more premium. And that's all well and good. But to really get deep into this, right, you have to understand management. I know. Nobody wants to talk about management. Nobody wants to talk about it because it's boring. But here's the thing, and the point of this channel, right? This channel is not about something for you to copy trades or anything like that kind of nonsense, because that's not scalable. The point of this channel is for you to build confidence. And there's only one way that you can build confidence. And the way you build confidence is by putting yourself in various situations that you can be with selling options and knowing confidently how to manage it. And that's what today's video is all about. Okay, guys? So let's go over the shoulder. So I put together this ebook. It will be given to every single person that comments down below. You guys can change it up how you guys want to do things. These are just some of the stuff that I've put together for myself, right? And you guys know I love giving away these ebooks because I think even for me, guys, I've been doing this now for 7 years. I am not by any means, I would not call myself a professional trader by any stretch of the imagination. I just like to keep things really simple and refreshing for myself, right? I got a busy life myself, 3 kids, I have a business, I have work, I do things on my daily basis. The last thing I'm doing is sitting in front of charts all day, okay? But let's kind of walk through how I close cash secured put positions and covered call positions. Big one right here. Your exit matters more than your entry. Think about it. Let it marinate. I talk to a lot of you guys, right? Some of you that join our Option Seller School Mastermind, some of you that don't. And one of the biggest things that a lot of you talk about is Pete, I already know everything. And again, what do we say? If you think you already know everything, and that's perfectly fine, you don't. And I don't. Right. And that's why I love even everybody inside OSS, is because I even see different kinds of situations that I haven't even been in before. Right. And having even in our Facebook group, join our free Facebook group, all the calculators and stuff are in there. You gain so much by learning from other people and learning what other people are doing. Hey, this person has this maybe a credit spread or a contract with this, and dude, since starting this channel, I'm not even lying, guys, straight up, I'm sorry, you guys know I go off on it, and that's just the way this is, right? I have gotten in the 4 months about that this channel has been in existence, probably 4 months. My game has gotten so much better. I'm not even kidding. Because I'm not siloed by myself anymore. I have a awesome group of people that I work with. I have the Facebook group as well. I'm exposed to so much now that my game, even if you guys go look at some of the older videos that I have here, it's leaps and bounds, because now I'm exposed to the stuff I'm doing, and then I'm exposed to everybody else's stuff that they're doing. It's awesome. Right. And then they're exposed to what I'm doing, and then what everybody else is doing. It's awesome. Learning from other people. I can't stress it enough. Please listen, guys. Anything that you want in life is on the other side of knowledge. I know that's channeling some inner Ty Lopez BS, Lamborghini in my garage, but I can't stress it enough. All right. Your exit strategy is where the real money is. I just feel like I should just start playing the guitar, guys. By the way, I play very little. The only song I know how to play is Free Fallin', okay? Literally the only one. What do you guys ask me? But your exit strategy is where the real money is made. It is. It is. And that comes down to what your plan is going to be. Okay, so let's talk about a couple scenarios with this. And let me zoom this in a little bit more. How do I zoom it in? Please tell me I can't. How do I zoom it in? some of you is, no, guys, you know, I don't edit. So I don't have an editor. If somebody wants to edit for free, oh no, what's happening? I don't know. Guys, I'm sorry. I don't know how to zoom this in. You know what? We're going to do this. Okay, let's go. First scenario, guys, right, is the trade goes our way, right? So let's just say your stock stays above your strike price. We're talking about cash secured puts, how I close my cash secured puts. So say the stock price stays above my strike, okay? Right? Your premium decays. I'm up 70, 90% of premium. Here's what I'm going to do. Real simple, right? I close the trade early and move on, right? This has been happening a lot more in the current environment that we are in. I've never traded the way I've traded in an environment. And I know a lot of you guys haven't either that have been doing selling options for a few years. We live in an interesting time where we're able to actually get out of our positions within a matter of days, sometimes literally a day. Like a day. Like, it's crazy. That is not normal. So, like, and I do believe that we are going to have this for the rest of this presidency. So usually in that situation, if I can lock in 70, 90% within a day or two, even sometimes 50, 60, depending on like how much conviction I have, I'm closing that thing out, right? I always plug everything into my spreadsheet. So that goes back to these very simple spreadsheets that I have, guys. They're all free inside of our Facebook group. Just join, links in the description, and you can download all this stuff for yourself and go use it. I keep it simple here, guys, on the channel. I need simple. I need quick. I'm not somebody that can like go and do technical. Like again, I want to be. If I can't just do it on my phone, I'm probably not going to do it. Like again, I need stuff that fits into my lifestyle. So I put stuff into my calculators. Do the numbers make sense? Is my ROI collateral where I'm at? If it is, I'm happy. I don't care if I miss out on a few percentage point of gains. I genuinely don't. All I care about is my ROI and collateral in line with my goals. If it is, I will put my head to sleep better at night. I will sleep good at night. Okay, let's look at scenario number 2. Okay, the trade moves against me, and this happens, right? It happens, right? Let's say the stock drops near or below the strike price of your contract, right? This is where your plan starts to matter a lot, right? If I still want to own the stock, I let it play out and prepare to take assignment. Don't be scared of assignment, guys. Come on, what's wrong with you? Like, what, guys, the point of this, the wheel strategy and quad option is to take assignment so then we could collect dividends and collect cover call premiums. Listen, if you're scared of assignment, it's because, honestly, you went into something you shouldn't have and something you didn't have a lot of conviction in. So that's a you problem, okay? That's not a strategy problem. That's a you problem, right? And you went into something that you shouldn't have, and now use that as a learning mistake. Have a trading log where, especially in the beginning, I always logged everything. I wrote notes, my thoughts, ideas about all my trades, right? And I did this all the time. I'm not gonna lie. I was always scared of assignment until I started realizing, why don't I just focus on stocks that I would be happy to own, instead of focusing on like sketchy things that some random person on YouTube told me to pay attention to, you know? So if I don't want to own a stock, I'm rolling the put down and out usually. That's usually what's going to happen. Now, again, this doesn't really happen to me often anymore, but it probably still happens to you, especially if you're a beginner, right? You're right there at assignment, right? If you really don't want it, right, you're going to have to roll that down and out, right? So we pick a lower strike and push it out a few weeks. Maybe a week, maybe a month, whatever it is that you're going to be comfortable. I have a whole video on how to manage that as well, okay? Or post in the group and some of us can help you out, right? Obviously, I'm looking for a net credit here. Sometimes that's not even possible, and that sucks, right? But I'm going to say a blanket statement here. Usually it doesn't happen if it's in like these really sketchy stocks. Usually if it's like a good company, like, like a dividend aristocrat, very rarely, I would have to like look back through my records that I've been in a position where I wouldn't get a net credit if I rolled. So I don't know. But here's my exit rule of thumb, right? I close out 70 to 80% profit when I can. And if I roll, if the story changed or I want more time. Now that can happen. That's story. What do I mean when I say story? Well, news, conviction, right? Like, let's just say something crazy. Like SoFi is one of my favorite stocks, right? To run the wheel strategy, obviously great for cost effectiveness, and doesn't lock up a ton of collateral. It depends on the contracts, obviously, but if something like really bad happened with somebody, like some crazy news that I'm like, I'm not, it's not aligned with my beliefs anymore. Like genuinely, like that's how I trade. I have certain views that, I believe in. And if it goes against my views, right? Like if they started doing some sort of political thing or religion thing that went against genuinely like my core beliefs as a human being, like I know that's corny to say, but those things matter to me. Let me just show an example, right? Like I knew I could have blanket statement, right? Disclaimers. I knew I could have jumped in on this, right? I knew I could have jumped in on UNH when it had the drop and started doing. I knew it. Like I knew it wasn't going to drop because this thing's a cash cow, right? It's when it dropped down to 272, I knew, okay, that dropped bottom Bollinger Band. I could have done my cash secured puts on it, and probably not got assigned and collected insane premium. Lots of people I saw did that. I saw some people in our OSS group do it. I saw a lot of people in our free Facebook group do it, and that's fine. That is totally cool, right? But for me, I don't like insurance companies. I think they are a scam, right? So for me personally, my beliefs, I would not want to make money that way, even though it's sitting right there, right? Like in this situation, like for over many, many years of doing this, and a lot of you that have been doing this for many years, you saw the setup and you jumped in on it. Good for you. I applaud you. That's fantastic. But for like me, right, the story has not changed. And I know it's corny to say, but like just for me personally, the money is not worth if it goes against like, do I genuinely actually believe in this company? I will not invest in companies I don't believe in. Okay, but you might. Like, that's cool. Maybe you work at UNH and you love it. You're making fat stacks. Fantastic, right? I don't judge people, right? Like, I'm not here to judge by any means. Look, we all got our own lives. We all have our own beliefs, and I'm not pushing my beliefs on you. I'm just telling you kind of how I do things, right? And that's the point, right? So, but again, if you made money on UNH, I applaud you. Fantastic, right? So, if the story changed or I want more time, right? Rarely happens, but it does happen, okay? And get assigned only if I want to own it at that price, which usually I do, right? When I'm doing like a cash secured put, my plan is to get comfortable owning that stock. If I'm waiting for it to get to the bottom Bollinger Band, I'm going to watch it, right? So for example, today, I don't know when this video will be released, okay? I'm kind of batching stuff. Obviously, a lot of you guys know I had my third kid, and it's just been a little hectic for you, boy, right? So we could see over the past 5 days, Asana has been down nearly 20%. Just off a cliff, had a double beat earnings, a company I really believe in, right? Have a strong not crazy strong conviction in, but we're at the bottom Bollinger Band. So now I can go and look at some, 13.5 cash secured puts on Asana, right? Cool, right? And I'm comfortable owning that. Even if a 30 days, or I think it was 36 days, it comes around and I get assigned, okay, that's my plan. Usually in that case, I would just take assignment because I do believe in Asana. Like I genuinely do. They've had a great earnings. And again, I think the 20% drop that they just saw today or yesterday was uncalled for and just a classic market of reaction. We've all seen that kind of stuff before. Okay. So let's now talk about how I closed covered calls, right? So scenario one, the stock stays flat or it drops, right? I let the contract expire worthless. Most of the time, guys, my cash secured puts, I'm managing a lot more. My covered calls, usually I just let them get to expiration unless it's like expiring around like earnings or something like that, and I can get out like early because earnings is earnings. So that means I keep my premium and I keep my shares and then I run the play again. Real simple, right? That's the usual scenario that we see if we're not, going after very aggressive deltas. Again, rinse and repeat for the next week or month, depending on my strategy. All right, we'll quickly go through that one. Right, scenario two is the stock is approaching my strike price, right? So if I'm okay selling the stock, I let it go. What does that mean I'm okay selling the stock? Well, when you sell a covered call, you are saying you are okay selling the stock. I can't stress it enough. Like, you have to understand, like, consider them sold. Consider them sold. When you open up that covered call, consider your shares sold. Even if you go after like a 10 delta, consider them sold. Consider that is a 100% possibility of happening, and you are happy, right? You will sleep fine at night. What scenarios would I not be? Well, I was actually talking to one of our mastermind members, and she has shares of like Amazon, like basic. I don't remember exactly, but like around like literally around like $20, I believe. Those situations I wouldn't do covered calls. Like for me, like if it's a company like Amazon or and these companies that I have still a ton of conviction in for the future, if anything, like, and why do I say this? I'm trying to get everything out because there's like a whole bunch of points I'm trying to make and I'm trying to get them all out of my head. You have time, right? You have an insane gains already. Actually, I'm not even on Amazon. I'm on Palantir. Hold on. Let me go to Amazon. So if I go out here, right? So I believe around here, like, or whatever, she owns these shares at a really insanely low. You have time. So if anything in the future does happen to Amazon, let's say it drops to like 100, and at that point you want to do your covered calls, and you don't have a belief something crazy happened with Amazon, you have time. But in those situations, I call those legacy stocks, legacy shares. Like if I owned Amazon at like $3-4, like thousands of shares, I'd probably hold on to them and leave them to my kids. Just genuinely saying that, right? And I know that kind of goes against a lot, but like that's a very specific situation that would be put into my buy and hold portfolio, set, forget, don't even look at it ever again. That's what I would do in those kind of situations. But for the most part, with option selling, I'm not in those kind of situations because I'm constantly getting in and out of positions, right? So like, let's say I bought, Amazon on the dip here at like 184, 100 shares, and I did like 200 calls, right? And like, let's say my expiration was today, like just for the sake example, and like it's 212 and I'm selling them at 200. I'm not freaking out. I'm letting them go. I'm not rolling. Like I'm just selling them. I'm gone. Like it's fine. Yes, I miss out on a couple $100. Like it's fine. I stick to my plan. I get all that money back, then go look at some cash secured puts elsewhere in a different opportunity. That's why this is fantastic in my opinion, because there's always opportunity in the markets, guys. Always opportunities in the markets, right? FOMO will kill you. FOMO will kill you, guys. And there's no reason to have FOMO because there's tons of opportunities out there. Tons. Okay. So second is if I want to hold the stock longer, I'll roll the call out and up, right? I look at the same or better premium at a higher strike, buying myself some more time. That's a common thing, right? Just roll it out again. Make sure you're obviously getting a good credit. Does it fit into my ROI, my collateral on my shares? If it still makes sense and I'm capturing potentially even more appreciation sale, right? I'll do it. All right. Otherwise, just letting them go, right? Scenario 3, the stock blows past my strike, right? I rarely chase, guys. I take the profit on the shares and I got my premium ready and I move on. I'm not going to beat myself up over making a profit. Some of you really beat yourself up over it. Like, think about this. What if you lost money? Like, most people lose money, right? So in this case, like, I just take the profit, move on. Like, just move on. Bro, you're trying to then roll it and do all these things. You're giving back your premium. You're now fighting a fire, right? You're now firefighting, and I don't like firefighting. I'm no firefighter, right? Like no, I'm not gonna do it, right? I'm not gonna do it, right? And I call that a forced win, right? I force myself to sell it and move on to the next thing. Can't stress it enough. I just need. And it sucks, but it happens, right? A lot of you that would do like Palantir or some of these real growth stocks, yeah, you miss out on a lot of gains. But did you make money? So don't come to me crying about it, okay? My rule of thumb, don't panic if it runs. Profit is profit. Guys, let's get an amen. Profit is profit. We're setting ourselves up when we're selling options to be in that kind of casino driver seat, right? Not as the gambler, but as the house. So listen, occasionally there's going to be that guy that walks into that damn casino and makes $100,000. And guess what? We take him to the back, right? We take him to the back and we tell him to never do it again. But in all seriousness, right? There's always going to be that guy that comes in and makes a whole bunch of money. But guess what? He's going to come back and he's going to give a little bit of that, continue back because he's going to keep going for that itch. While we're focusing on profit is profit. Guys, if you want this full ebook, drop a comment down below. I'll personally send it over to you. Also, if you're somebody that's interested in a more handheld approach, I want you to check out the Option Seller School. It is an invite-only community of non-toxic people. I consider these people my friends because we literally talk to each other every single day about what we're doing with selling options. We have our pre-market calls and a whole bunch of cool stuff. Literally, we're going to be doing live events soon where we meet up like at resorts and stuff. And if you're not somebody that I could genuinely like hang out with for many hours throughout my day and nerd out on selling options and just life in general, you're probably not a good fit. And that's not a marketing gimmick. We have a very strict group. It's a very small group, but if you're a high net worth individual and you want to get involved, click the first link in the description of today's video. You'll learn more about the quad option strategy and how it works. If you like what you hear, we can get you into Option Seller School here, hopefully in the next like a week or so. So if you want to learn more about that, click the link in the description of today's video. Guys, remember, sell options, collect premiums, repeat, and I'll see y'all tomorrow.